Who has been the best player in T20s in 2020? Let's find out. "2020 has been a funny year with lots of cancelled cricket. But true to its name, we still had a lot of T20 cricket played. And we're going to rate the 10 best players from it. But before we can proceed with the list, let's look at the criteria we'll be using to judge these players. Number 1, they must have played at least 20 T20 games. They also must have played internationally or at least in one major T20 league. Their stats are important, but also important is their impact on the team's performance. And finally, the quality of the league that they're playing in. And now, the fun part. At number 10, we have Shadab Khan, the newly appointed vice-captain of Pakistan's white ball team. There could have been a case for Shadab to be higher in this list. His stats have been phenomenal this year. He is the 4th highest wicket taker, having taken 38 wickets at an average of 22. Along with that, he has also scored 623 runs at a phenomenal average of 41. Ball for ball, there is nobody more valuable than Shadab in a T20 team this year. These stats have the ability of embarrassing even the best all-rounders in the game. You might be wondering then why we rank him so low in the list. The answer is pretty straightforward. He didn't play enough top-level leagues this year. The only competition he has played this year was the PSL, and that too ended in a losing cause. Rabada walks into this list at number 9. At just 25 years old, Rabada has already made his case for being a future legend of the game. Rabada led Delhi to their first ever IPL final and finished as the highest wicket taker in the tournament with 30 wickets. Tasked with bowling all the tough overs in the game, Rabada bossed the game in all roles he was given and went wicketless only once in the IPL. Ever, not just this season. Showing why he is one of the best bowlers in the world. Rabada has taken 32 wickets this year, putting him 6th on the highest wicket takers list. He tapered off a little in the second half of the season and didn't make it higher in the list. His economy rate of 8.63 is also on the higher side. David Warner comes into this list at number 8. Is there a better T20 batsman in the world than David Warner? It's almost like he's a machine. Year after year, he just comes in and scores big. This year was no different. He led a young Sunrisers squad to 3rd place finish while scoring 734 runs at a terrific average of 40. David Warner can win you the game before 6 power play overs finish. He's consistent, he's explosive, and his desire to win is unquestionable. The only thing that went against him this season is that he did not play enough cricket. At number 7, we have Marcus Stoinis. He scores runs at the top, he scores runs lower down the order. He takes crucial wickets and is an excellent fielder. He basically is the perfect cricketer. This has been the year for Marcus Stoinis. Touted as the next big thing in Australian cricket for some years now, he was not able to live up to his expectations, but then came the year 2020. The year that has been a nightmare for everyone else has been a game changer for the Hulk. He has scored 986 runs this year at a fabulous average of 38. Not only that, he has also picked up 14 wickets, helping lead Delhi to the IPL finals for the first time in franchise history. Post-COVID Marcus Stoinis is an asset to any team that he walks into. Coming in at number 6, Shaheen Afridi is basically the second coming of Wasim Akram. Having the ability of swinging it both ways along with a fiery Yorker, Shaheen possesses everything that you could ask for in a fast bowler. And boy is he quick. This was the year when Shaheen came of age. Being the leader of the bowling attack, he has taken 48 wickets, putting him 3rd on the list of the highest wicket takers this year. Once he gets going, He is ruthless, picking up 3 5-wicket hauls while nobody even has 2. The Afridi family has delivered again. Good job. At number 5, we have KL Rahul. What a year KL Rahul has had. He has scored 993 runs in the year at an average of 55. He is the second ranked batsman for runs this year. It must be kept in mind that he has also played the second least number of games in the top 10. It must be heartbreaking for him after such a year that he couldn't take Kings 11 to the playoffs. However, his leadership qualities have been a revelation this season. He has been ever dependable at the top order and astute in crunch time situations. A better finish to the IPL would have taken him even higher up this list. But nonetheless, KL had a fantastic season, having topped it off by winning the orange cap and well, making this list of course. At number 4, we have Jasprit Bumrah. Is there anything this man can't do? Jasprit Bumrah is like fine wine. He keeps getting better with every year. Even though Boom hasn't played a lot of cricket this year, he still makes it to 4th on this list. Coming on the back of a serious injury and a disappointing New Zealand tour, Bumrah shut up his doubters in style with another title win. In 20 games this season, Bumrah has picked up 35 wickets at an average of 16. His ridiculous economy rate of 6.6 helped Mumbai to another IPL title. He is without doubt the best fast bowler in T20 cricket right now. This was the year of Babar Azam and he makes it to number 3. Babar has been an absolute machine this year, scoring almost 1200 runs at an average of 54. He is the highest run scorer this year and it's a shame Pakistani players can't play in the IPL because he would make any team he joins into a title contender. He's got everything you want from a top order batsman. He scores big, he scores quick, and his ability to time the chase is just incredible. He's a complete batsman, and boy that cover drive. Babar has arguably been the best T20 batsman this year. 1200 T20 runs in a calendar year is just stupid, no matter where you're playing. Putting him firmly at number 3 in our list. At number 2, we have Kieron Pollard. A year ago, nobody would have thought that Pollard will be the second best T20 player next season. At 33 years of age, everybody believed that Pollard was past his prime. We were all wrong. Pollard just had one of his best seasons. Leading Tribago Knight Riders to the CPL title, Pollard then went on to win the IPL title with Mumbai. 2 titles in a month, not bad. His own performances too have been spectacular. He has scored 546 runs this year at an average of 49, a strike rate of almost 200. He has also picked up 19 wickets at an average of 22. He did whatever he could to win. He took catches, he took wickets, he scored runs, and most importantly, he led 2 of his teams to title wins. And the best player of T20 in 2020 is Rashid Khan. It's almost no surprise that we have picked Rashid as our number 1 T20 player this year. At first glance, his stats might not seem spectacular. Rashid has picked up 48 wickets in 39 games this year. You might look at his stats and feel that his wickets per game ratio is too low for the best player in the world. But this is exactly what Rashid Khan is about. Every team that Rashid plays against has only one goal: play out his overs. Rashid knows that and he thrives in that. He bowls the tightest overs you will ever see in T20 cricket, not giving the batsman an inch. His economy rate of 6.1 after 39 games is also just incredible. The tight overs Rashid bowls enables his teammates to pick up wickets, and he makes any bowling attack world class. Thanks for watching guys, this was our 10 best T20 players this year. Who makes your list? Let us know your opinions in the comments below. And of course, like, share and subscribe for more great cricket content only on Direct Hit.